Alright, so I saw this video a bit ago. Actually, I need to turn on the audio right now real quick. And whoop 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 whoop. There we go, sync. Okay, I've never done these types of videos before, but I saw a video which I have right here that really fucking kind of pissed me off. And of course, it's gonna give me a reaction. I've only watched 4 minutes of it, maybe five, and I thought it would be great to just record my live reaction to it and, like get a little rant out there or something. So let's just start watching the fucking video.
Speeding in the Mania. Speeding in the Mania. Hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the air. It's a 7-second delay joke. We don't even have one here. Blink
Hello,
once if. Hello,
hello,
there you are.
hi. So I'm also like a content creator in a way, but that's neither here nor there. It's just that
Cool.
just you can get my view that I'm very in the community as well. Um,
That works.
I think my main thing was not necessarily. I don't think the circumcision joke was necessarily bad taste for a joke normally anywhere else, but I think it's not even just the circumstance at hand, talking about Israel or Palestine or anything like that. I just think that the minors are usually a lot of Sonic fans, minors, children, and to be making that joke not just so they can see it, but it could even be at one of them. And I think that's something that Sega wouldn't necessarily look at lightly if they think any way of Nintendo. I don't necessarily think it's the original post that would be their problem, like you say, but I think that one.
Okay, like what is the point of it? You're not the fucking company. Of course they're gonna uh be like, oh, you can't say this, but like, who are you to fucking say? Sounds like this sounds more like a fucking threat. I'm gonna fucking say something to a fucking company. Like, what the fuck, man? This is such a non-issue.
Kind of lined out that way when there are minors and children heavily involved, especially if that could be pointed towards them. If one of those children or minors or the person who made the original comment, and then the response be to that to talk about genitalia, I don't think is something Sega would necessarily react well to. I just kind of.
Okay.
What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that he's like a fucking That's what you're trying to say? Is that for reals? Just because he made a stupid joke?
Wonder what your response would be
Valid
to that.
point, but I would counter that there is no obvious way to tell a person's age without
Yeah,
digging a little more
exactly.
deeply into
That's
people's
why I wouldn't
profiles.
just.
So, kids, for example, sorry, minors, if you're listening, but if you're circumcised, you probably are already aware of what
Yeah,
that is. But,
and
that
I
only
feel like
applies
it's
to a
okay
certain
to.
fragment of the
Yeah,
population.
it's just.
What the fuck is this guy's point? Yeah, this guy just got fucking roasted by fucking Eggman. That's gotta be fucking sad.
It's like I just think like Sega themselves would be like the ones to not want to look at it. But that's just kind of
But who fucking cares?
my thing. I just want to get out there because I was just kind of, you know, just
Yeah,
make
and,
that
and
kind of light. But this
if
is the
they
other
ask,
person, yeah.
if they ask, I will justify it with the way I've justified it here. But sure, if it's 2 against 1,
Yeah,
let's hear number 2. Number 2 in
gotcha.
our
And then this
playbook,
is
but
the
number 1 in our hearts.
other person.
Please.
Hi, his wife.
Hi.
So I think what he's trying to articulate here more so is that you have a very young fan base, and that's something that you're aware of. So I think he feels, and a lot of people feel, that it's probably just not an appropriate comment to make knowing that you have a young fan base. But all of that aside, I do.
They're actually fucking going for it. They're actually fucking accusing this guy of like fucking grooming. What? What? This shit makes no goddamn sense. Dude, it's like if I said some joke about like fucking, oh my god, it's a fucking penis. Jesus Christ. Oh shit, it's fucking spinning around like a helicopter. Penis. How does it do that? Like, what? How does that translate to grooming?
See what you mean about stating that the initial comment isn't something that should be controversial, and overall it
Mhm.
shouldn't. But considering that people have followed it up with asking about you to make statements on, let's say, the Palestinian hostages, which there are, as you know, or as many people know.
Oh, of course. These people are of the Free Palestine crowd. These fucking woke lefties are actually fucking pathetic. Oh my god. These people will go to the end to... These people are all about inclusivity and all that shit. And they keep attacking everyone that mildly disagrees with one of their takes. It's fucking crazy. Like, I've never seen so much fucking brain rot in my entire fucking life. And I've been alive for 25 fucking years. This is really bad. And people, this has almost 4K views. And of course, these are the types to do like free Palestine. I'm gonna fucking put it this. Oh fuck, I can't. But anyways, let's continue.
You replied to it by stating as if it's not something you really had to do because you're not a political activist, and that it's okay for you to make statements about the Jewish hostages because that's a humanitarian aspect. See, I don't see the difference between the Palestinian hostages and the Jewish hostages as humanitarian versus political, because political, this would be something more like legislation on taxes. Now, there's a lot of genocide going on and a lot of death occurring on the side of the Palestinians, and has been for a long time, even prior to October 7th, to be quite frank with you. It's just exploded and become much worse in recent times. So I think the issue here is that whenever you try to divert a little bit by stating that it's political, but in reality, that's a humanitarian crisis.
Who fucking cares? Who cares about what it is? Who cares? He has a fucking different opinion. Don't get fucking mad about it. God. But anyways, like, I'm not here to state my opinions on anything about the whole fucking Palestine shit, because that's not what I do. That is not what I do. But this whole thing is absolutely fucking stupid. This entire fucking thing is absolutely fucking stupid. Who cares if he says something about the Palestinian shit? Who cares? Dude has his own fucking life. You can't control other people's fucking lives. Or at least you shouldn't, right? Fuck. Let's continue.
These are lives that are being lost. This isn't a matter of opinion of colors. This is a matter of human life. This is humanitarian issues on both sides, not just the Jewish side. So I think that's where people are a little concerned by some of these comments. And I think another issue is just, for instance, when you said people would say free Palestine, you looked at it as anti-Semitism. And that's really, there's nothing anti-Semitic in that. There are Jewish professors standing with these pro-Palestine protesters and students that feel that this is being misconstrued. And they are also standing with their students.
Who? Like, this entire video is just gonna be saying, who cares? Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? Who? Repeat after me. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? What the fuck?
And you could see that reported as recently as today. So I just don't really see why it was an issue from the beginning not to just acknowledge that there were also Palestinian hostages, which I see you somewhat doing a little bit in this recent conversation. But I feel like, and then you've made a lot of really distasteful jokes, like hostage jokes, to some of the people who have even spoke to you in this live chat. And just considering people are dying on both sides, and especially on the side of the Palestinians, I just feel that there's a lot of people that have distaste.
Who cares if there's if it's actually, if it's comedic, then that's a bonus. But I don't think people should just be this is literally fucking joke police. Like, I don't think people should be able to, like, get canceled or face repercussions over saying a stupid fucking joke that maybe or may not be funny. Like, who cares? Who fucking cares? And then the argument from the other dude was just like, oh, you have a very young audience. And it's like, Dude, when I was a kid, we all used to say all kinds of fucking slurs and shit and all that stuff, and it's just, and everyone was just fine with it. Everyone just was laughing at it. Like, to be perfectly fucking honest, in my times, like children would say much worse shit. And from what I can tell from this video, from the way they framed this, he probably did nothing wrong. He definitely did nothing wrong. Maybe the jokes were not funny. Like he was not trying to be offensive to any fucking person. A joke is taking a jab at anyone, no matter fucking race, fucking sexuality, or anything. It doesn't matter. What matters is the fucking joke, how well executed the joke is, and if it makes people laugh. Fuck. But anyways, let's continue.
Right now for what you've been saying. And I think it's pretty rationalized. And when people are asking you what you think Sega is going to feel about this, or the employers, or whoever it is that's in charge of this, you say, well, they'll look back to my initial comment. Well, aren't you concerned about what they're going to see as the follow-ups about some of the statements you've made afterwards? Not necessarily just the initial comment?
Okay, what? What the fuck? That's how these people get to you, okay? That's how people get to you, okay? They go to your fucking employer. If you're very well known, or hell, even if you're not known to the public, like some people that are not even like public figures or anything get either doxxed, or these people get doxxed first I am, and they also get like fucking death threats and all that shit, all for saying stupid shit that doesn't matter. And not only that, they also send fucking death threats and fucking they send letters and emails to your fucking employers so they can fucking kick you out. It is fucking disgusting what these people try to fucking do. It is absolutely fucking disgusting. And it makes me mad. Because as someone who grew up in an era where pretty much everyone was just okay with anything. With anything, everyone was like pro free speech, like for real. So like everyone was pro free speech, not this censorship bullshit. I'm not gonna get into the specifics of it, and I'm not here to put my opinion on the line. But my God, this is stupid. This is stupid. All right, let's continue watching this.
They know me better than you do, with all due respect. They have dealt with me in person. They know that I'm generally snarky. They know that there is no evil intention behind it. They know that it's all in good humor. They know me. I have that going for me. That may not be a defense. That may not be any kind of insurance, but that's a fact. I work with these people. When I work with them, I work with them directly. I see them in person. You don't know me. You know the public persona that you see on Twitter. That is not
Oh, and I
representative.
agree with that. And I think
Get cooked. Get cooked. Get cooked by the guy that voiced Dr. Eggman and a few other characters in some other animes. I think he also did like the narrator for it was the narrator from Pokemon, which is awesome. Which is a show that I grew up with. But get cooked. This woman got roasted by the guy that plays Eggman. Fucking crazy. Like everything he said right there is true. She doesn't know him. The people that work with him know him better than she would ever do. I don't know him. This is such a non-issue. I expect this from these types of people. It's how it is. It is how it is. Like this actually fucking, it's actual brain rot. Like I think I feel much dumber now. Without further ado, let's continue this atrocious video.
that's great for you, but they also have a business to run, and this is highly controversial. And
Oh my god! Oh my god! No fucking comment. That is just the stupidest thing that I've ever heard. The only reason why these companies go so hard on diversity and all that shit is because the people, not you, but the people that are a part of these types of movements are pretty much extorting these companies. Like, they're not giving them enough. Like, if they don't have enough diversity, they fucking cut funding and shit. Like, it's stupid. It's fucking stupid. Let's continue with this brain rot. Woo!
You do sort of represent them in some way by your statements. Aren't you concerned that they might
My as my
be a liability?
as my bio states, my opinions are my own. They do not represent those of any of the employers, and I'm a freelancer and I work with a lot of clients. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of any of my clients. There's not enough room in a bio to say that, but that's what my opinions are my own means. Lots of people have that same statement. So no,
You can say
Cooked! 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 Absolutely fucking cooked! Cooked! This person was fucking cooked! Alive, people! Wow! Wow, amazing! Dude, I couldn't agree more! Woo! That shit got me pumping. That deserves a fucking clap. Yeah! Woo! That actually deserves a fucking clap. Because that is one of the best fucking responses that I've ever heard. Coming from Mega Man himself.
that, but when it comes down to it, you do somewhat represent them. There's a lot of companies that have some sort of backlash when their employees say things that might be controversial or inappropriate or offensive to an entire community that is facing genocide, to be honest with you. So I'm glad you feel comfortable with that, but I do see this as a problem, and I would personally be careful how you're stating things.
If that wasn't a fucking threat, if that wasn't a fucking threat, right there at the end, I don't know what else it would be. I don't know what else it would be. That was a clear fucking threat to ruin his fucking career. That is actually fucking evil. And this is what these fuckers like to do.
I think he took us off. Oh, no. Says he's speaking, but I can't hear him anymore. Well, for some reason, I can't hear you anymore. It seems like it shows that you're talking, so I guess we're going to go ahead and leave it at that.
Okay, so you got the gist of it. Basically, at the end, there was like some technical difficulty with his fucking microphone. Probably something happened. Who knows? It's not a sign of like defeat, because like the guy defended himself properly. Like the guy did a good job at defending himself from these bogus allegations. Not allegations. Would it even be allegations? They're trying to make them allegations. But yeah, this is what brain rot looks like. Well, anyways, this was the whole god awful video that I had to sit through. So I hope you all enjoyed my reactions, my wacky, zany reactions to shit, because this is how I behave myself in reality, pretty much. When I'm like talking to people and just like shit, I just start screaming and fucking banging on the fucking desk like that. Actually, that's my keyboard, but you get the idea. But you know, this was painfully hard to sit through. It is wild that they're trying to roast, not even roast. They're trying to make this guy appear as like a monster. All this was a nothing burger. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like following celebrities or just, yeah, pretty much following celebrities. I couldn't care less about celebrities. I couldn't care less about defending celebrities. But this actually made me so mad that I just had to chime in. And it's sad that I pretty much gave this man a view and probably popularized this fucking video even more than it is. Like, wow. Every single one of their arguments were a complete fucking stretch. You can tell that these people are not living in reality and should probably come back down to earth. But they won't. They won't. And that's just a sad reality of it. So, anyways, I've been recording this for like about 30 minutes. But yeah, thank you for sitting through this, and subscribe, I guess. Leave a like if you like this. If you didn't like this, then dislike it. I don't care. I don't care what you think. All I wanted to do was just kind of rant about it and just like talk about it, pretty much, and just like record my live reaction to it. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next music video, and I hope you all take care.